Hello everybody, it's the Brick Lord here, back with another Ninjago video, and today is a custom Ninjago collectible minifigure series video. This video is to express my thoughts on what figures I would like to see being made for a Ninjago TV show minifigure series. Let's just keep in mind opinions, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. This is also based off the same size as the Harry Potter minifigure series, which is 22 figures. And my first pick in the series is Blacksmith Kai. Now this is a common figure by a lot of people who make videos on a custom series that Blacksmith Kai is always one that is chosen. And I think it's a great idea. And I would love to see Kai in the first outfit we saw him in, besides his ninja robes. I think that's really a good idea. And for accessories, he would come with a wooden water bucket and a bent sword piece. My next pick is Dr. Julian, and this is one of the figures on the list that, of all of them, I feel this is one of the top ones that I personally want made. Dr. Julian is just like the greatest dad, and he's just such a great character when we saw him in the show, and I would love his minifigure. It's just such a cool design, and I really do like it. And he could also, for accessories, come with a new Falcon mold, which would be really cool to get Dr. Julian and the Falcon. So overall, this is the next figure that I absolutely, definitely want made, and that's why it's on this list. And my next pick is Possessed Garmadon by the Overlord. This would make for a great figure, but nightmarish as well. But I think they could pull this off if they use the legs that are kind of the taller, but have the bent part in them. And then they also use the flatter Garmadon torso and then printed it. And then for the hands, since they do have like the claws and fingers, Lego wouldn't do that. But if they gave the Wolverine style claws, I think would be a good substitute. And then make a new dragon head mold that has room for the helmet, kind of similar to the newer skeleton heads where it's still a skeleton face, but then enough room for something on top. And I think this would work really well. And my next pick is Borg. I think that he is such a great character and definitely deserves a minifigure, and he really wouldn't be too hard to make, and I think he's such a character that a lot of people really, really want, myself included. And for accessories, he could include a wheelchair, and I think a 2x2 tile with like the Overlord's evil eyes when he was like on digital screens, I think would be really cool. And he's a simple design, I mean just the gray suit and then black like shirt under, but I think he's such a needed figure, and he's such a big part of the show, especially season 3. And overall, he's such a cool figure, so he definitely had to be on this list. My next pick is Serpentine or Snake Garmadon from season 4. I think this is such a unique version of Garmadon. I mean, we've seen him in his like Lord or Evil, like just dark, like plain black form with either 2 arms or 4 arms and his like classic helmet. And we've also gotten his like sensei robes before in season 3 and a season 4 variant. But I think this would be cool because it's tattered robes and he would be a serpent. And I guess for accessories he could include Klaus's spellbook. We have gotten that piece before, but I think we could either re-release it and be a nice opportunity to get it again, or a new book for it in general. Overall, I think this would be a great choice for the series. And for my next pick, I am going to choose Young Moro. I think this would be an awesome addition, and it was really cool to see Moro in his flashback in young form, and he would have a cool design because it would be similar to Lloyd's ZX robes with the big belt buckle and the diamond-ish pattern. I think would be really cool, and if they did that, because it's in sand blue, that torso, and then the gray short legs, and also if they did his hair with that green streak in it would be really, really cool, and it would be a nice addition for that hairpiece design. And overall, it would just be such a cool figure, and I think people would love to have Moro since he's such a fan favorite character, and so that's why I wanted to include him. And my next pick is Weddingnia. I think this would be such an interesting and really unique variant for Nia. And I mean, we usually only have seen her as Samurai X or the Water Ninja, and so this would be a nice change. And it was a cool outfit she had from the finale of season 6. And as much as Nia hated wearing the dress in the show, I think it would be a really cool design for a figure. And you could give some really nice detailed printing like is seen on the dress. And also, again, reprint her like little cuff bracelet. And overall, a great pick, I think, for this series. And my next pick is Dr. Saunders, or as we know, he was actually Crux. I think this would be a really cool character because we've never really gotten any museum-like characters in Ninjago, and he was a funny character when he was pretending to be Dr. Saunders, and he has an interesting design, and that mustache piece would be really cool to get. And also, the last couple figures haven't had accessories, or at least I felt they didn't need some. But for Dr. Saunders, I feel that he could have a pocket watch, like a closed one. I mean, he does have a watch printed on his torso there, but I think if he had a closed pocket watch, it would be really cool. And overall, I think he's a unique figure for the series. And my next pick for a figure is Young Master Wu, and I think this would be a cool addition, and I would like to get Young Master Wu. Is just such a cool variant for Master Wu that he was actually young and spry at one time and led the Elemental Alliance back in the day. And even though we've kind of gotten his black kimono in Legacy and back way back in the pilots, I would like to get it again. And with his blonde, like shorter hairpiece and young face. And for accessories, I think he could include a tan staff and maybe an uncolored like metal time blade piece. And my next pick is Young Garmadon, which is not too much different from Young Master Wu. It's kind of the same concept, but at least Garmadon, we haven't gotten his dark robes really, and I think it would be a really cool design to get. And it's just so cool with the black and purple and red. And then we could also get that hairpiece in brown, which I don't believe is very common and stuff, which would be really cool to get. And for accessories, I think that Garmadon could include a 2x2 tile with like that photo of him and Wu and Misako in it, which would be really cool. Or again with Master Wu, kind of the uncolored like just metal plain time blade. And my next pick is Casual Harumi. This is a figure that needs to be made. We have every other Harumi variant. We have her princess, her evil, and her avatar, but we definitely need her casual, and it really wouldn't be that difficult to make. We already have her hairpiece mold. It just needs to be put in the white color. And then her printing is similar to the royal designs we already got for Season 8. But overall, I really do like this figure. And also for accessories, she could include a little knife and the Oni mask of hatred. And also maybe two faces, an angry and a happy. My next pick is Rocky Danger Buff, or Cole in his disguise. And this would be such an amazing figure to get. I really love his torso design with the tattered vest and then Cole's just like ripped body. And then his face would be a really cool design as well with the scar printed and the mustache as well. And then he could probably get a new hair and fedora like mold combo and it would look really cool. And then for accessories, I think they could either do a microphone stand and microphone, or I would much prefer either like a toddler Master Wu, which I think could be really cool. Overall, though, I think this would be a great addition to the series. And my next pick is Mistake. I think we really need this figure. Sure, there was supposedly a Mistake in the Ninjago City docks, but it didn't look anything like her really. And I think this would be a great idea for a figure. And she could get a new like conical rice hat and bun hair mold, and then that nice kind of vest gray jacket. And then for accessories, she could probably have like a teapot and then maybe like a glass jar of some sort of tea maybe. I don't know how they would necessarily do that, but I think this would still make for such a great figure for the series overall. And my next pick is Faith. I think this is such a great idea, and Faith was one of the best parts of the Oni and Dragon trilogy, in my opinion, and especially season 9 for sure. And I think she would make for a great design figure. I mean, her torso and legs are similar to the Dragon Hunters we did get, but it's still different. And then also, though, the main thing would be her face print and hairpiece. Her face print would be exclusive, and that hairpiece, I believe, is like super, super uncommon. I believe it's not out in very many sets at all. And so I think it would be a nice addition to get both of those. And for an accessory, she could come with the Dragon Bone Blade. And my next pick is Grimfax. I think that this is such a character that we need from season 11. Like, we got all of the Blizzard Samurai except Grimfax, which is kind of mind-boggling to me, because, like, General Vex came in, like, a whole bunch of sets, and they could have easily switched out General Vex for Grimfax in one of those, I feel. But seeing as we didn't get him, Grimfax, besides the Ice Emperor, is my favorite looking Blizzard Samurai. And his design wouldn't be too hard. I mean, we already have his helmet. The axe wouldn't be too difficult. The one arm with like the ice cuff on it would be a little more difficult, but I think he would make for a great figure. And my next pick is Kataro. I feel that we definitely could use Kataro, seeing as we did get Akita. I mean, Kataro didn't have as large of a role as Akita, but I still think he would be good to get. As much as I don't care for Season 11, I do think we still need him, and it would make a great addition for alongside Akita, and also alongside Grimfax if we would, in theory, get him. And he has a decent design. That hair and bare hood mold would be unique, and his face would as well. And overall, I think he would make for a great addition to the series as well. And my next pick is Racer 7. I think that we really, really need Racer 7, seeing as we got Scott and Okino, which were the other two major side characters in Prime Empire. I don't understand why we didn't get Racer 7, which is a shame because of the three side characters, I feel that she was either probably second best, I guess. But enough about that, though. She does have a cool design, and I think for accessories, she could include her really unique, like, spiked helmet, I think would be really cool. But overall, she has a cool design, and I think she would be a great, great addition for Prime Empire and this series overall. And my next pick is Milton Dyer. I think this would make for a great addition to the series. Milton Dyer's design, while pretty casual and more city-ish, I don't think we've ever gotten that, like, torso and leg design before. And I believe his face and hairpiece would definitely be exclusive. And I guess for accessories, he could include the Prime Empire motherboard. I think would be a really good idea. But overall, I mean, this figure would be a really cool design. And sure, he didn't have the largest role, but he had a lot of mystery surrounding him in Season 12. And I did like when he finally showed up. So I think he would be a great figure overall to get, and he's a great addition to the series. And my next pick is King Vangelis, the former boss man of Shintaro. And I think he would make for an excellent addition to the series. I mean, as we know, he is the Skull Sorcerer, but his alter ego of being the king of Shintaro I think was really cool, and he had a nice design that I would really like to get as a minifigure. As for accessories, I had a hard time debating. I kind of just decided to go with he would get the Skull Hazadur. I mean, I know we've already gotten that piece, the green skull, but it only does come in the two largest sets, so maybe it'd be a nice cheap way to get it. Overall, though, he would make a great addition to the series. And my next pick is Fungus. I really, really like the Upley, and especially Fungus. I really love his design, that whole wizardy, like, really cool design, and I would love to get his figure. He could come with a new white wizard hat hair combo, a new face print, and new leg and torso design, and also a new kind of collared cape design as well. I think he would make for such an awesome figure, and I would want his more clean design, not the one that's rugged underground, but I really, really do love this figure and want him. And my next pick is Plundar. Again, like I said, I like the Upley and I want them as figures, and so Plundar is no exception. He has a really cool design, and he reuses that hood piece that was introduced, I believe it was Series 16. It's in green in Series 16, but for Plundar it'd be in dark blue. And I believe for accessories, he could come with his hairpiece as an alternate, and then also maybe some sort of die or dice, because he used those in the show. But he has a really cool torso and leg design as well. And like I said, the Upley are just super cool, and I really, really did like them. So I want all the Upley as figures. And my last pick is probably pretty obvious, but it's Corrin. Like I said, I want all the Upley, and obviously Corrin is part of the Upley, and he would make for a great figure as well. I really do like his design of the torso and face and legs. For an accessory, he could come with his axe, or not talking axe at that. Also, his hairpiece would be cool because, as we know, it's the mullet hairpiece that was introduced, I believe, in what, Series 15 with the wrestler, but it has a new, like, band part with the horn on it. But overall, it would make for an excellent addition in the series. And that now concludes my custom Ninjago collectible minifigure series video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I always say, once again, if you could, please leave your thoughts down below. I would really, really love to hear what figures you guys would like to see made for a custom Ninjago minifigure series. I mean, these were just my picks, and I scoured through the entire show and watched through and skimmed through a lot of episodes and decided what figures I wanted. And obviously there were a lot left off this list, and these were just the ones I personally wanted the most. But there is a lot that I know other people like as well. But otherwise, with running out of too much to say, if you could, please like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. And otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. So, bye!